Enjoy Pops on the River July 3rd at Coolidge Park.
There's a lot to celebrate this time of year. Summer is here. Everyone's having a good time. The 4th of July, Independence holiday, is a fun time to get out and celebrate and have a great time with family and friends. But we're going to kind of sober things up quite literally a little bit this morning. So if you have teen drivers, if you yourself want to get a little bit closer to the television and be reminded of what it is to be safe on the roadways, we hope that you will this morning. This is Randy Bonner in the back. He is the executive director of something called the 24/7 Movement. Very happy this morning to have Matt and Terry Dillard, who kind of founded the movement just about, 6 months or so after you lost your son, his wife, to a drunk driver. Christmas Eve, Matt, of 2022. Christmas Day.
Yes.
Of 2022. So it didn't take long. We're going to kind of get into it and tell the story a little, but by the time summer hit, y'all knew you had to do something.
Yes, ma'am.
To keep Matt's memory alive.
Dustin's memory.
Dustin's memory alive, yeah.
Yes, our actual youngest son, God laid it on his heart. It was about 3 weeks after the accident to, start, a foundation to, for their legacy to live on. And the emphasis behind that was, obviously impaired driving, raising awareness to that, texting, distracted driving, period, is what the focus was. But, there again, their legacy to live on, Dustin and Brittany.
You're probably watching this and thinking, I remember this story, because it just threw everybody. I know y'all are in the Bradley County community, but
Yes.
Everybody in the viewing area felt with you as you went through this. They had 3 boys.
Yes.
Who were at the time were how old?
2, 4, and 7.
That's the name.
Yep.
Plus the fact that we can't ever not be vigilant
Right.
about this
24
need.
hours, 7 days a week.
Yes.
So, Randy, talk about what y'all are trying to do at the 24/7 movement and about the real need to be reminded to not drive impaired in any way.
Yeah, we're trying to raise awareness and bring education. I didn't realize how big of a problem this was in our community, in our state, and our nation until this happened. And sometimes it takes something like this to make people realize we've got a serious problem. But they say that 2 in 3 people in their lifetime will be involved in an alcohol-related crash. That's staggering. And so it's the leading cause of death among teenagers, and the age group from 21 to 34. That is the leading cause of crashes on July 4th for drunk driving. And so we have a major holiday coming up, and we're just trying to remind people that one drink is too many. And it impairs your judgment, and don't take the chance.
Do you happen to know the person who was driving was 42? Is that right?
Yes,
in your
ma'am.
son's case?
Yes.
Were they a repeat offender? Do you know that?
To our knowledge, no.
No. This is a crazy question to ask, but how drunk was he? Do we know that?
Randy, you want to?
His blood alcohol content was 0.15.
Okay, and 0.08 is what's considered intoxicated?
So it's nearly twice.
Nearly twice.
The amount.
The reason I bring that up is because you can hear, don't get behind the wheel if you're drunk. People don't always know what that actually looks like. So I'm guessing the message is, if you've had a drink,
Yes.
please don't get behind the wheel.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I just want to point out, he was out on parole when this happened for meth charges. So he had charges. So the sentence he's serving right now is that sentence.
I don't really even know what to ask you as you sit here talking to me this morning, because I feel like anything I would say sounds cliche. But I did begin by saying, if you have a teen driver or just you get closer to the television, your life was one way, and seconds later your life was another way, and so was this driver's.
Yeah, we were at my sister and brother-in-law's house. We were getting ready for our last, family get-together for that Christmas season, and I got a text from Life 360 on my phone that there had been sudden motion on Brittany's phone, and that we should try to check on him. So I did. I started trying to call both their phones, and finally called Tanner, our youngest son, and Blakely, and they were on their way. And they had gotten the same notification, and they had been trying to call too. So I told Matt, I said, I've never got this before. We might ought to just ride down the road. And we got back in the car and did, and come up on the scene.
What do the boys have a memory of it? The oldest one was 7.
The oldest, he is in counseling. He does see a counselor once a week because of what he might remember. He hasn't started processing anything yet as far as speaking those memories. But there was a couple nights in the hospital where he kind of cried out some things, and that clued us in that he was aware of something going on. And so we were able to speak with some of the first responders. The first responders was absolutely amazing, and we've had several who were so impacted that they've stayed in touch with our family. We meet for lunch, and they have said, anything you need, let us know. And so we were able to talk with one that was able to let us know what Preston, the oldest, what he might remember. So she did not feel like he's seen his parents deceased, but that he will remember sounds and he will remember smells associated with the wreck and with death.
There's just nothing that you could do that would ever be worth the risk and the pain that you've that somebody would put this family through, or any other family out there. Nobody has the right to take that chance on the roadway.
It's totally preventable. And here you have Christmas Day, this crash, and on the road were not just beer cans, but were Christmas presents. All of this was totally preventable, and this is the message we're trying to share with people.
So the pledge that you can take, do you do it online? How does that work? Do people come to you and take it?
We're at a lot of events, a lot of festivals, but they can go on our website, and it's the 247movement.org, and they will see a Take Action icon, and take action, and there's a pledge, and there's a promise that will come up. The Safe Driving Pledge is for drivers just to commit to always wearing their seatbelt, to always putting their phone down, and to always drive sober.
And don't text.
And don't text. The phone is just as dangerous, if not more, than drinking and driving.
I have a windy road that takes me to my house, and there's a lot of development out that way, and it's crazy to me how increasingly I'm seeing people straddle that line, and it's because they're on their phones. You can see it each and every time.
Yeah.
We had that happen yesterday. I was on my way out our road, and I had the boys with me, and I couldn't see. It happened quickly, so I couldn't see the person in the vehicle, but they were straddling that center line, and I just blowed my horn, slamming my brakes on. They got over, but do you know that Preston, he was in the back seat, and he said, "Nani, did they wreck?"
So I have to go, but I do want to point out one more thing, because the other part of their mission is to make sure that you are not silent. So if you see someone getting in the car, and they should not, stop them and take those keys.
Yes.
Thank y'all for being open to talk about it.
Yeah, thank you.
You
for
can
having
learn
us.
more at the 247movement.org. Read their story, share it with everybody you know, and please don't let this happen again.
Do you really know what you're getting when you buy bagged planting mix? Visit Winwood Bulk to learn how our